First, I want to speak on Inside Out 2, a movie that I thoroughly enjoyed, an excellent sequel to Inside Out from 2015. And the fact that we got a sequel to this movie is truly exciting. It's an excellent movie. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead, but I just want to speak to it. It's the thing I like about this movie is that it's really like a heartwarming and insightful sequel. And yes, it does expand upon the original's ideas of like all these emotions as different characters, with joy, sadness, coming back, fear, disgust, also included anger. I mean, they're all the same. Although, just one quick note, the voice actor for Fear, uh, there was a change. It used to be Bill Hader. Now, this time it was Bill Hader was replaced by Tony Hale. So that's just something to note. But this is still an excellent movie, and I really liked it, and it really gives a powerful message that at its core, it's still like a coming of age movie that celebrates the importance really of embracing all the emotions, including new ones, and new emotion characters were introduced, which I will talk about in a moment. So this is really the important stuff, especially a character like Riley going to a new school with familiar friends, trying to make new friends, trying to make the hockey team, experiencing everything in her mind, trying to go through all her emotions, going from adolescent child to teenager. It's really interesting how that movie is done, and it's excellent with how these emotion characters are incorporated. And it's really handled in a sensitive and humorous way because it makes it relatable to for all audiences of all ages. So I think it's just really cool, and it also encourages people to like find balance and acceptance with themselves, and so that's really cool. So and it's still very heartwarming with a lot of heart and humor, so that's really cool. So one of the key themes I thought, of course, adolescence, emotions, and balance. So try to balance like between like what mentioned before, anxiety, new ones like anxiety and embarrassment and so forth. So that's just really cool. So part of the film explores Riley trying to grappling, self doubt, peer pressure, confidence, a desire to fit in, being more anxious, and so forth, and with the anxiety emotion trying to take control of her life in a way. So she faces a lot of new challenges and try to fitting in with new friends and trying to show that she can fit into the hockey team. So I really like how that was done. And again, like I said, I love that joy, sadness, anger, fear, disgust were back. And yes, obviously Riley Anderson, her parents return as well. And there was like cameos again of their emotions in their head, emotion characters. So that was really cool. And I mentioned new emotions: anxiety, envy, embarrassment, and there is ennui. Ennui, like French, kind of like the French character, more of a French stereotype kind of character. It's like a bored, apathetic emotion, a little bit of sarcasm, kind of like this bored character, ennui. But anyway, anxiety is the one character who really takes center stage as this antagonist. But although to me, I never really saw anxiety as an antagonist. By the way, this character voiced by Maya Hawk, excellent job here. But again, I mean, I think the whole point of anxiety was like this character anxiety trying to do or what she thought was best for Riley instead of changing things of the old guard, of the old way of like core memories. The whole point of anxiety was trying to change core memories. And of course, when you have a new character like anxiety as a teenager, of course, there's going to be new changes. And of course, there's going to be a whole set of challenges and how initially there's difficulty coexisting with anxiety and joy. And there seems to be like a feud between them. And you know what? To me, I didn't really see anxiety as a antagonist, bad guy kind of character, but more as so the character who I thought had misguided ideas of how to be a popular teenager for Riley. So I thought the way anxiety behaved was interesting, especially in the third act when she was overly anxious. hence the name, overly anxious for anxiety, and things got worse for Riley and so forth. So when there was more of a coexistence between all the emotions with anxiety, in the end, it ended up working out. The embarrassment character was kind of kind of humorous. Embarrassment didn't say much, just acting shy, and then envy, like just not really caring, just bored, and then of course there was envy, like uh, being like wowed by everything. So, but they were all cool. They added more complexity to Riley, and so I really like how they were all included. But it took them until like the third act near the end to like finally find a way to coexist. And there were like other characters, by the way, in the movie. There was like a 2D character, kind of like imitating one of those kids shows, breaking the fourth wall, a stereotypical JRPG 3D video game character, Lance something, Lance Swordsman, whatever, Lance something, catching the attention of Disgust. And yeah, that was it. I mean, it was still pretty cool. Like the whole point of what Joy and the core characters of the main emotion characters, they were trying to make sure her core memories are back so that Riley stays the same as she's always been, that has made her very kind and loving to everyone around her, and not someone who's trying to be popular and change her personality, which was exactly what anxiety was trying to do. So that was part of the issue there. But I mean, it did well enough to now be the highest grossing animated film of all time, surpassing Frozen 2, the Frozen movies. But the live action Lion King doesn't count in this instance. But still, regardless, definitely a worthy Pixar movie. After maybe a few missteps, there was that Red Panda movie, which was fine, but I would say a worthy Pixar movie to watch in recent years after maybe a few movies. Good enough, but not like really great or memorable. So I think this one is an excellent movie for an animation company that doesn't always like to do sequels, but did a really great job here. So I thought that this is still an excellent movie, and I encourage everyone to watch it if they haven't done so yet this summer.